That was back when that was cool.
Guys, welcome to the Suris the Skeptic after party. Artemis Brain Sample. We have Nadine Callan. We have Staggers and Jags. We have, of course, Suris. We have Tatted Atheist. We have the Godless Iwan, and we have the Unholy Mole.
I'm not Suris. What are you talking about?
I'm sure this other
likes the wrong peanut butter.
Who is this Iris guy? Cirrus, Curus,
Cirrus the Saurus,
Cupid,
Saurus,
Quaker.
Oh, that name is eerily close. Is eerily close to my my other YouTube channel, which is Suris. So,
my phone keeps wanting to change it to Sirius. S-I-R-U-S, Sirius.
I refuse to die in the 5th book, just so you're aware.
My phone tries to change it to, oh my god, I hate this fucking bastard.
You hate the fucking bastard.
You got Nadine so good.
You hate the guy that built your wedding video. That's standards right there.
See what I meant about lovers again? You know? I can see why Matt loves his new phone so much.
That's right.
I know, right? Hey, Matt, how mad was your grandpa?
He was not impressed.
I'm guessing that Jesus gave him up at one point.
Yeah,
maybe ran around, deserted him.
I was talking about the beginning where the engineer made a joke about God.
That was actually.
I just repeated that joke.
Oh, did you? Okay, I couldn't remember on the top of my head.
It was a rickroll.
6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, that was actually my idea, and I ran it by a godless engineer like 20 minutes before we were starting to get ready, and he's like, "Sure, I'll do it if you want me to."
Well, originally he wanted to do the like really dumb redneck voice.
Yeah,
for his pastor persona.
And I was like, "That's cool. I don't care."
I had given very serious thought to the notion of while at the wedding, when the does anyone here have reason why these two should not be wed? Just standing up and going, "Hey, but on the mic." But no, my grandfather scowled like the whole time.
I bet.
So can I just point out that for your grandfather,
damn it, Artemis.
I would just like to point out that for your grandfather,
my nose.
Oh damn it! So your grandpa, I'm just honestly, it baffles me that somebody can be so against sodomy but love having a stick up their ass so far.
You're a terrible human being, Artemis.
Oh, that's great. No, but what I was saying,
shoot coffee out my nose.
Speaking about voices, the awe that Matt displayed when he heard Nachi turn off his voice changer was fucking amazing, dude. It was so funny, dude, because you were so drunk and you was like, "Who's that talking? Is that really?" It was so funny, dude. That was such a great stream. But it was a good idea that you listened to it. Very good idea.
I was
welcome.
Drunk.
Welcome to the after party, Grumpy Old Bugger.
Hey guys,
got your helmet on. Me. Oh, none of us got your earphones on.
Where's the missus at?
Right before the at. So is she like Mrs. Snarky -Iwan, or is it Mrs. Iwan or Mrs. Iwan -Snarky? I just want to be appropriate.
Snarky Iowans.
Oh, that even sounds better. The Snarky Iowans.
I think it's the Mr. Snarky Iwan now. I think he got her name.
Yeah.
I think he did that backwards.
I've been there, and I can attest that the Godless Iwan is a woman.
Snarky said that he's actually Mrs. Snarky or Mr. Snarky now.
Well, she just said he is Mr. Snarky.
What'd you say, Suris?
I said that I've been to your house, and I can attest that you are not the one that wears the pants in the household.
Whoa!
If he wants to wear skirts, that's his business.
They're called kilts.
Suris said it was some kind of strange, like, tradition where someone sneaks into the house and steals all the pants.
No, I think that was just a voyeuristic activity.
Is
Yeah,
that
I just broke into his house and stole all of his pants and like hung them out on the lawn, and they magically disappeared before the video that none of you have seen yet, but you'll see tomorrow.
is that why he was like, "Hey,
I look
it's
forward
the
to it.
pre-wedding game of catch the snake," and I'm like, "This is not cool, Suris."
It's not catch the snake; it's fondle the elephant.
Oh,
I really did like your video today, Suris. It was a very genuine video, and that's refreshing to see. And I think you're right that a lot of people get wrapped up in their persona, and they kind of change.
Yeah.
so
Very
Artie,
genuine though. I enjoyed it.
Artie, did you
Oh,
get
yeah,
your car
sorry.
fixed?
What?
Did you get your car fixed?
From that problem, yes. And if you hadn't been so drunk, you'd have remembered the answer that it was still under warranty because I don't have 100,000 miles on it yet. So what they did, they fixed for nothing, but I don't know that it actually did any good.
You know who was really drunk that night?
You.
Not just me,
Yeah, you.
but like someone that sat up all goddamn night talking to Artie.
Actually, you know what? Max, is that his girlfriend or his wife?
That's his wife.
Okay, she was actually very entertaining and awesome. Her questions were actually pretty fun to answer, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
no,
I actually had a really good time. I thought it was it was interesting and entertaining. I had a good time.
Yeah,
Not to
I
mention,
wake
I
up.
was honored.
I wake up at like 2:30 in the morning and walk out to go to the restroom, and I hear Artie snickering, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?
Why is he in my house?
What's going on?"
He drove all the way here with a goddamn quilt hanging behind him.
Oh man,
Yeah, I don't know what
So-
time you passed out. It was like 1:30 or something.
yeah.
And then
We're talking about people passing out. The Crimson fucker passed out on a stream of mine Sunday morning. We had a stream Sunday morning, and I think it was Stags. He's like, "Hey, everybody, shut up for a minute. Hold on." And then you could hear a faint.
I saw that he tweeted today that I've heard that people tell me that I snore. I refuse to accept
Yes.
this.
So I tweeted to him, "Wake up, little Crimsy, wake up." I fell asleep on stream before though, so I can't make too much fun of him.
No, you never. I can't imagine.
I just do my Irish goodbye before I completely lose it.
Is that where you just fall into your computer and knock everything off? And
I start throwing potatoes at people.
I've been woken up that way before in a stream, like on a Side Strike movie night, because they're so long. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and like my laptop fell off my chest and crashed to the floor, and that woke me up really quickly.
Yeah, that's about what time. I think I begged out at like 2:45 and just I'm out of here. I didn't even say I'm out of here. Just boop, I'm gone.
like I
And it would
can't.
be crazy. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say I can't do a Sci Strike movie night because I've watched those and I still can't keep up with all
I
the
feel like I'm
conversation.
just there for comic fodder, dude. Like them guys are brilliant compared to me. I feel like I'm literally just comic fodder. That's it.
Yeah,
That's fun.
last week was about debunking ghosts. The first video we did was on ghost videos, and I've watched enough.
Yeah, that would have been
Oscar
fun.
Jungle to pick apart everything that they had watched.
That
So-
would've been-
Can I say that I like what you're doing with the Duck Dynasty beard and the Richard Spencer haircut.
Wait. Is it time to oil my beard? Thank you.
Just might need to do that, man.
If
It's
you just want to
hatred.
oil it, buy the natural shit and just dump the oil. And
It's hatred on top and hatred on bottom. It's just
Yes.
this is a
Well,
mix. It actually it's a negatives and they cancel each other out and it makes peace.
well, the top is hatred of others. The bottom is self-hatred.
Self-loathing. That thing that if you don't have a little bit of it, you shouldn't be on YouTube.
From the
Yeah,
nose up,
that's
I
right.
hate
Exactly.
myself. From the nose down, I hate myself.
No, I'm just fucking lazy. And no, Supercuts cuts my hair. You have to go to Supercuts, mention my name, and get 0% off.
Wait, you paid
30% off of $5 for a haircut?
How much does a haircut cost there? I was just curious, like what the rate is around the nation.
Supercuts is $13 here.
Yeah. It's like
How much? What about in Iowa, Matt? What does it cost there about?
You pay a goat $2.
Real men don't cut their hair.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Coming from Man Bun McGee over there.
I don't have a man bun.
Man Bun, and then soaking on a fucking goddamn Robo Dick.
Yeah, it's about. I don't let my hair grow out now because I'm getting a lot of grays, and they don't grow as fast as the rest. So they just like stick up and wave and everything.
Well, it costs me about $12.
True.
At least
I go to a barber. I go to a pretty good barber. It costs me about $25. About $12 to go to the barber and get it cut.
I'll be honest. So anybody who's like had a chance to see the back of my head knows that I'm balding. So fuck the barber.
Like a mother.
You know,
Duke, by the way.
Trump's got a hairstyle that works great for that.
No.
What's up, Duke?
What's going on, guys?
Hi, Dukey.
Hey, I have an honest question because most of you guys are content creators. Whenever like the doe-eyed atheist is having a bad day, I'll make videos of myself doing condescending reads the Bible, and she thinks it's awesome and thinks that I should start doing it on a channel. But it seems like something a lot of other people are doing, and so I don't want to step on anybody's dicks. What do you guys think about that?
Condescending.
I think that there's like I think that there's like 500,000 hours of YouTube video uploaded every single day, and there's no way you can make any YouTube content without stepping on somebody's dick.
Yeah.
You
Like,
can't
I
even
would
wear
say
a
Step on somebody's dick just for the fuck of it.
You can't even wear a suit
billion people
without
in the
getting
world.
called
You'll
a
be fine.
fucking clone.
All it is, it's your take on it, so it's going to be different than someone else's, and it's your presentation. You know,
Right.
That's what
Well,
it's
no,
all
I
about.
wasn't talking about. To me, it's not about the 500 million people that are using it. It's about the group of people that we're involved with.
Oh,
So,
no,
like,
No.
there are people in our
You missed
group.
my point. You missed my point. My point is there's so much YouTube going on. You're not going to do anything unique or original.
Yeah.
And you know what? Some people might end up liking what you do better than other content creators.
Yeah.
For instance, I enjoy PBS more than I enjoy Hugo and Jake. So there's that.
I have to agree with myself.
I don't. What is PDS?
That is Godless Iowans Pentecostal Bible Study.
Oh.
God damn it! Why didn't I go with PBS? That sounds fucking amazing.
Pentecostal Bible Study is just an abbreviation of the name you chose.
No, I call it the Pentecostal Atheist Bible Study, but PBS is so much better.
Well, that's just because
you fucked it up, dude. You fucked
Oh
it up
my
by putting
God,
an
it's
oxymoron in there.
You're just not clever.
All right. Well,
Brilliant.
you guys can be expecting my debut fucking YouTube video in the next couple of weeks. Then
I say, Duke, I say do whatever the fuck you want, and don't give a shit about what anyone else has to say.
I think we just figured out why my channel has more people than yours now.
I think so.
It literally just comes down to marketing. That's all it is.
So it isn't peanut butter after all.
Yeah, the second you get monetization, you can get money from YouTube. You can start marketing better.
Hey, by the way, Matt, I have a couple of Oneness Pentecostal books if you'd be interested in looking at them.
Oh yeah, sure, that'd be awesome.
Also, Matt.
Also,
PBS could
Matt,
stand for
congratulations.
Peanut butter. Shit, I had it. I lost it.
Peanut butter
Peanut
sucks.
butter can.
PBS.
Yeah, but also, Matt, congratulations, dude. I'm so freaking happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, a marriage is a very special thing. You only ever do it once, right, Matt?
Right.
Fuck you. Okay, anyway, Duke, I wanted to say something to you real quick because I had the same conversation with somebody the other day that was looking to start making response videos. And they were like, okay, so here's the deal. I've looked at some response videos, but then I found out that other atheist YouTubers had done the same videos. And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. No one has ever come to me and said, hey, you did the same video as me. I said the only thing that would really kind of start bugging someone is if like like say Suris uploaded a video and then the next day I uploaded the exact same video and then we just did that every single time.
That actually happened for a month.
It did.
There was a good month where that actually happened. Like we would be in private conversations. He'd be in the middle of editing a video, and I would be in the middle of uploading mine. I'd say, "Hey, I just got my video's uploading now. It'll be up soon." And he would be like, "Oh, what video you're doing?" And I'd say, "Oh, it's this one." He goes, "You mean the one that I'm editing right fucking now?"
Yeah, Duke. The only thing,
I noticed that happens a lot. Like it's like groups of 5 days, and all the videos that come out from different YouTubers is all the exact same topic.
Yeah.
And it's like within a day.
We did.
It's only annoying if you inadvertently.
A lot of times it's with
the crazy will rise to the top is the problem.
Right.
Well, and everybody wants the new stuff.
Yeah.
Look how long it took me to start making actual videos, Duke, besides just doing streams. You know, because I always thought I was going to suck. How many times have I told you, Stags, that I want to make videos, but I know I'm going to suck, and you're like, dude, just fucking do it. You told me that so many times. Dude, just fucking do it. Dude, just fucking do it.
And no matter how much you think you're going to suck, other people will think you don't suck.
Yeah,
right. I mean, obviously,
and the master has sucked more. The master has sucked more times than you've ever opened your mouth.
Right. I mean, if I got
that is fundamentally untrue.
If I got 270 subs, if I got 270 subs just making streams, then I'm sure if I make content, then I could probably gain a few more.
Duke, I do have a suggestion in that you don't hang a curtain behind you that isn't obviously a curtain, because people will just incessantly insist that it's a goddamn sheet.
That's a rug.
It is a sheet.
It's hanging in the window in my fucking bedroom. It's a goddamn curtain.
No, I did it.
You turned a fucking blanket into a curtain. It's not
no. This is a blanket.
Dude, I gotta say something already. I love your hat, man. It's good. I'm not necessarily a big Denver fan, but I did pull for them like a motherfucker when they won the Super Bowl.
Was it frozen when you did it?
Both times?
Dude, they won the Super Bowl 3 or 4 times now.
Just twice.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not a big sports ball fan, but like I watched the what was it? It was against Brett Favre.
Oh, fuck you,
motherfucker! Favre beans.
You're right.
His Favre
that was 1998, by the way.
Yeah.
The only good Green Bay Packers player
Suck
ever.
a dick, motherfucker! Burn in hell.
So I was like,
dude,
I was like, fuck it.
You realize, like, our top 2 defensive players are from Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay, then shut your fucking face.
Like, do you think I care?
You should. Mike Daniels is a Megan there. Like, old boy is like a super, like, a super Dragon Ball Z fan.
Is Mrs. Snarky doing the that lady talk with like Shannon Q and
she was supposed to, but she's got a migraine tonight.
So sexual sobriety. I was really excited when Secular Sobriety followed me. I was like, yeah, I mean, because I don't know a whole lot of people that are in recovery that are atheists as well.
That's an awesome name. I love that.
Because we all worship the devil and we're like straight up all about hedonism. So there's
nihilism.
It's nice to fucking, have an atheist to talk to about recovery, because it's difficult for an atheist in recovery sometimes, because
it is. You're right about that. I mean, I can't actually connect to that based on the fact that when I recovered from what I was doing, I was still an ardent believer. So I didn't have like to fall back on. I had things to fall back on that helped me out, but looking at it, I can see how it would be extremely difficult.
Right, and it's something I'm passionate about. I mean, I mean, I've been clean off of heroin for 6 years now, and I want to share my story. I want to help people. Even if it's just one person. That's all that matters.
Yep.
I can't remember. I can't remember who I was talking to.
It really, when you're in the depths of it, it seems hopeless. So if you can hear someone be like, holy shit, that guy made it out. If he can do it, then maybe I can too, and just give him a glimmer of hope. Because you really feel
so hopeless.
Even if like you're looking at depression or like just anything you're struggling with, when we have somebody else you can connect with that can identify with your problems and and kind of show you how they came out of them. I mean, that's always going to be helpful because it's just a fundamental idea that you can do it. You know what I mean? Like, because you get into a place where you feel like I can't win anymore. And then you see somebody that says, I was right there and I won. And it gives you that hope, for lack of a better term, to think that you can actually get past this.
It almost angers me that the religious prey on people that are struggling. You know, I mean, like they know they're at their weakest point. It's almost like they're predators.
It wasn't that long.
I agree.
It wasn't that long ago that Indiana changed the law that addicts had to use Alcoholics Anonymous. And
I don't think anybody should be forced to go.
It was finally the Freedom from Religion Foundation filed a lawsuit and forced the law change that you don't have to use any recovery source that includes you giving yourself up to, what do they call it, a supreme being or whatever.
Yeah. I have a quick question.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a quick question. Who would be interested in doing like a stream to talk about the progress that's happened in Portugal? Like to actually sit down and really look at what was done there in terms of the decriminalization of drugs, and actually just sit down and have like dissect it. Because if there's anything I've noticed, like one of the things that used to bug me when I was a conservative, I was a hardcore conservative. I listened to Rush Limbaugh all the time, but I was all about the decriminalization of drugs. And his argument was always, well, they tried it in Amsterdam, it failed, give up. And like the answer to that is, well, yeah, but they also tried it in Portugal, and it was a massive success.
Yeah, and
so,
given that you were getting that information from a raging addict,
oxycodone pill popper,
from the golden EIB mic.
People that would be good to talk to about that, I believe, don't quote me on this, but Luciano Gonzalez is Puerto Rican, I believe.
He is.
I hate Rush Limbaugh for using that.
He's also brilliant. Yeah. Luciano Gonzalez is brilliant. Yeah. That guy is smart. He knows his subjects. Like, I remember like a little while back, he and I got into it with SJ and Eve about the legalization of prostitution, and we just murked them.
This is one of the reasons why I had Luciano on my podcast very early on. I really like the guy.
I've never spoken to him.
He's a sweetheart.
I've only ever talked to him on Twitter.
Never spoke to him personally either. I've only ever dealt with him on Twitter too, but he's a sweetheart of a guy, man.
Yeah, I've streamed with him a couple times. He's a really, really nice guy. And he's very, very smart, like you said. He's very well versed in what. I mean, he doesn't talk about something that he doesn't know about. If he's talking about something, pay attention.
Well, we can't all be inane dragon and know every fucking data point on everything that's ever existed since the beginning of time.
I had my big debate du jour was with some jackass that posted E equals MC squared means that energy and mass are interchangeable, and I was like, no, that's not how algebra works. That's no. In the transformative sense, you're right, but in the equation, no.
Yeah, E equals MC squared is more just about relativity. It has nothing to do with the interchangeability between matter and energy. It has literally nothing to do with that.
And he did use the word interchangeable, but he had posted the fucking equation. And I'm like, yeah, you can't be talking about math and say that they're interchangeable, because mathematically they're not. But if you're using interchangeable in the sense that one can be converted to the other, that's true, but that's not what you just fucking posted, you moron.
Yeah, I would be way better in a conversation about butt plugs than I would be about a conversation about E equals MC squared.
Are you masturbating?
A little bit. There was a friend of mine that posted a meme. It was one of those like.
I love Einstein.
This isn't a fat-friendly stream.
Who is coughing and dying? Seek help.
Oh,
sorry,
you guys.
I was trying to mute myself. I was trying to mute myself before it happened, but I'm on my phone.
I got a new subscriber.
Nice.
Cool.
Is
That's Suris guy subscribed to me.
He subscribed to you after he did a
That's because he was the skeptic of the channel.
He wanted to feel it out first.
Facebook.
That's right.
And we've had mutual friends for years without even knowing it because we both know Darnell and have for a decade.
Yeah, which is crazy.
We had no idea that was the case. But yeah, only now I subscribed, mainly because I forgot to.
By the way, Neil, I was supposed to tell you the next time I was in a chat with you that you should invite Mr. Atheist on your deconversion stories, or you can rot in hell.
Oh yeah,
He wants me to. Oh my god! And I've been toying with asking him, but I'm kind of nervous because he's like really well known too. Right?
Don't ask.
No, dude. Jimmy's so easy going, dude.
Yeah,
he won't say no, dude. I just like to call him that. I just like to call him that. But he's so I call him Saint Jimmy actually. But he's so easy going, dude.
He's awesome. Like he's hilarious.
The only thing you've got to worry about Jimmy is the fact that he may or may not be a flagrant narcissist. Past that, he's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Speaking about
Matt,
that,
And his stream is really good.
I will talk to him for sure. But Matt, there's something I did want to tell you before we continue here. I just checked how long it would take because I was thinking the other day about coming to the wedding and surprising you guys. Unfortunately, they wouldn't give me the time off at work, but it would take me 29 hours to drive there.
Jesus Christ!
It did take me 24 hours to get back home from Iowa.
You know what I fucked up was that I didn't realize that Mac lives so close to me, and he lives east of me, so he could have picked me up if I'd have realized.
Oh shit! That's right.
Which also means that you guys might have been able to pick up Mole too.
Yeah.
So you guys are all jerks.
Neil,
It's not our fault you live in a basement, dude.
Neil, are you still on for this weekend?
Yes, absolutely.
For the Pentecostal.
As long as we do it. Yeah, because remember, I've got Inane Dragon's interview at 6 my time, so that'd be 8 your time. So if we could do,
yeah, that's right.
your
And
thing-
then finally doing YouTube again, the bastard.
Yeah, he's actually.
I know, right?
He's mixing a video right now.
Yeah,
It's my personal opinion that the Encyclopedia Inanica should be on every fucking stream. That guy knows everything about fucking everything. I swear to God.
The video that he's producing right now, he's been waiting for PNG files from me to produce the video because I'm voice acting in it. However, he just told me today, hey, I still need those PNG files. And I'm like, you mean those ones that I sent you in the group chat with all the people that you have? And he's like, I don't remember that. And then he looks at it and goes, I may or may not be going insane. Never mind.
But yeah, Neil, we can do that. Say 2 o'clock my time, if that would work for you.
That would be noon my time. That's absolutely fine.
Okay, then that's when we'll do it. And then Tatted, check your fucking messages.
And comb your fucking beard, for Christ's sake.
And he's got the whole like homeless Viking thing going on.
Yeah,
I think it's sexy.
Dude, it's a dwarf. That's what I'm doing.
It's a dropout lifestyle. That's what it is.
You're a hobbit on a dwarf.
I like it, buddy. So,
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Artie.
No, dude. I'm gonna rehypnol your ass and trim that motherfucker up. It's gonna happen.
You're gonna rohypnol me, but you're gonna do some other stuff with butt plugs. But Artie, we still going to the Iowa State Fair next year?
Hells yes.
Dude, I'll make the trip because I have to go right past you. Then we can pick up everyone else on the way, and let's go to the fucking state fair.
Except me.
It's gonna be awful because it's the Iowa State Fair.
Well, yeah, it's August, isn't it?
Dude, I don't even go to the Iowa State Fair, and I live in.
You're going this year, asshole.
Actually, I think
we should all.
If we went to the Ark.
We should. That's a great idea, Mo. Like, it would be really funny to like schedule something where we all know a date and we all go to the Ark and check it out and just talk mad shit. Just talk mad shit. It would be fucking beautiful. We could all like videotape what we were saying and then like put it together and make a massive video out of it. It would be fucking hilarious.
We're all YouTuber merch.
My buddy just.
Yeah, I'll be rocking my nightmare fuel T-shirt. I promise you.
I'll be wearing my "I swear to drunk I'm not God" T-shirt.
I'll be fucking repping Reese.
I'll just wear my hammer on my back. That'll be fine.
So how fun?
Will you have no feet? Are you gonna chop your feet off in advance?
You're right. I won't be able to do anything.
This goes with the state fair idea, but how funny would it be if all you guys set up this meetup at the Iowa State Fair, and then I'm the only one that doesn't show up?
Yeah.
You're an
Indian. We would be in some random state.
I don't even think that would be ironic.
Like, personally, rubbing like powdered glass into my eyeballs sounds better than the Iowa State Fair.
Isn't the Iowa State Fair basically just like 3 rides and regret?
Oh, the Iowa State Fair is kind of famously the best state fair in the country.
Yes, it's supposed to be. It's huge. It's gigantic. There's all kinds of rides. There's all kinds of like music and any kind of genre that you'd like. But it's fucking hot. And
there's a cornucopia of things to do.
But, you know,
dude, I had another idea, man.
That word makes me wet.
I totally have another idea. Like, the art museum would be cool, but another thing that would be really cool is if we all got together on a Halloween and went to one of those like hell houses, like one of those like Christian haunted houses where they like try to convert everybody.
Abortion, the devil.
Before I die, I will go to the dinosaur adventure park.
So Satan would pop out in one of those hell houses. Satan would pop out, and we would all just drop to our knees.
Yeah, exactly. Because like Satan comes to my house every other Saturday and has tea.
What if Ed, how about this idea? What if we scheduled a meetup just to go to some random church all together on a Sunday?
Oh, that would be awesome too.
There's a Quaker church in town, but I really like Quakers.
Would it be a denominational church, a denominational church, or just one of them fucking hippy dippy love?
It's got to be one of the hippy dippy loved ones. It's got to be one of the hippy dippy loved ones, dude. Because like, one of the things I noticed, like when I was in town, when I lived up in Charlotte, and my ex-wife used to drag me to her church. It's one of those kinds of non-denominational, we just love Jesus churches. And like, I don't know if the guy psychically knew I was coming, or if he just hated gay people so much that he did it every single time. But every time I went to that church, this dude would rail in this really pacifistic nature about how homosexuality was an abomination and a sin. He would back up.
Reason most people end up Unitarians.
Yeah.
He would back up and punt and be like, "Don't fucking at me. I'm just speaking God's words." And like, I would just be like, "Fuck that shit, dude. I'm atting you totally because like you're telling me you're a fucking authority to speak for God, and I'm gonna fucking hold you accountable to your shit."
Now,
but like every time he would be like gay marriage and blah 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 blah, and like the founding fathers were all Christians, and it was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
We all show up at different times over the course of like an hour before the service. Right. And tell them where we're from. You know, I'm from Utah. My name's whatever. Nice to meet you. You know, and we all come in and tell them we're from a different place at a different time, so they don't think that we're together. But they're automatically going to think something's weird because there's like 10 new people.
If there's any church that we're going to grab
filters and charcoal packets and shit like that to start having.
If there's any church to crash, we should crash Steven Anderson's church.
And then oh my god!
We'd probably get fucking. We might end up buried in the desert somewhere, dude.
No.
No way, dude. I am 99.99% sure that I could drop Steven Anderson with a fucking overhand right. We're good.
I'm reasonably certain most of us would go.
Tiny.
I will put money on the fact that I will win a confrontation with Steven Anderson.
In a fist fight, dude, but I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't armed.
But if we went to like Steven Anderson's church, we could like sit in the back and like be like cheering him on the whole time, being like, come on, get to the homos, get to the homos.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
or anytime they read a Bible or scream before you're there.
Say something stupid and hateful, Steve.
One of the most, I swear, one of the most cringy moments of my life. Like, I was still with my ex-wife. I've said this on a stream before, but I was with my ex-wife, and like she was trying to reconvert me to Christianity. She drugged me to this fucking Frank Turek meetup where he was like doing his apologetics thing, and it's like I swear to God, it was like I watched this guy talk, and I was like, why do people follow this dude? Like, it's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Even when, like, if I would have sat down when I was a believer and listened to Frank Turek, I'd have been like, you're an idiot.
Who was I was even in it, and I can't remember. Talking to Chris Reed, he was talking about his reconversion story, and I can't remember what it was, a California televangelist that he went to, but it wasn't the Crystal Cathedral. It was what's the guy that's had gray hair forever and the 80s wing cut.
Was it Ralph Stanley?
No, he always wears. Well, he usually shows up in a white suit, and he does the mass healings where he'll just wave his arms. And
Benny Hinn.
I think I know.
That's it. Benny Hinn.
Robert Tilton. Robert.
Yeah,
Benny fucking Hinn.
Yeah.
Benny Hinn is amazing.
Converted him. I'm like, that's
insanity.
So
That's
weird.
Insanity. Like, have you guys seen, I'm sure you guys have all seen like where the guys took the Benny Hinn videos and all the faith healers and they like set them to like Street Fighter memes. So like, all the Street that's got to be like one. Outside of that, there was a video I saw when I was younger, and I can't find it. But somebody took the Passion of the Christ, and like the scene where he's getting beaten with the stuff, and they like took like Looney Tunes sounds and applied it to it. I cannot find it and I'm so frustrated to the point where I'm actually thinking about making one myself.
Yeah,
it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I've not seen the movie just because I'm not into.
I'm still like, how the hell does Benny Hinn convert anyone?
I know.
Even when I was like
watching that though.
I'm saying because people are gullible and they want an easy answer.
It was Faye and I.
Take somebody that's already got a fucked up way of thinking and get them to come a little further.
Well, I told him he went because his wife or girlfriend had gone, and she said, "You should come." And I was like, "So you were this far away from becoming a Moonie?"
Right.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, you could apply the same logic to somebody like Deepak Chopra or whatever his name is. Like any of these woo selling fucking nutcases. Like, how the fuck does anybody follow Jilly Juice?
I don't know though. It's a little bit different though because Benny Hinn's up there putting on a fucking spectacle, and if you could watch that and go, oh yeah, I'm gonna give this guy my money.
Yeah, he even said that he feels like he even said that he feels like he's too much of a showman, and I was like, that's all he is.
That's all. Yeah, like
even like that.
6 years old. I was 6 years old the first time I saw Benny Hinn, and even at that point, I can still remember going, "This guy's fake. Like, there's nothing real to this."
Not only that, I remember being a fundamentalist Baptist Christian, and like we would all mock the pure fuck out of Benny Hinn. Like we would all just be like, "That guy is a fucking charlatan."
Benny Hinn is the Siegfried and Roy of
evangelicism.
Is it Mike Murdoch? It's Mike something, and this guy's like, you gotta plant the seed or whatever, plant that seed, and this dude's fucking rich as hell. He's like literally telling his congregation to give him money so he could buy another fucking plane.
The prosperity gospel.
Like, I need more money.
Robert Tilton was like that. Robert Tilton from Texas was like that. He got busted. Like, I remember back, it was probably about, I don't know how long ago it was, but he got busted. Like, somebody did a report on him, and they went to, like, the dumpsters behind his church and pulled the trash out, and, like, they found where he had been cutting, they had been cutting envelopes up and taking the checks out and not even reading the fucking letters that are sent in. Wow. Like, he got worked over that. And also a great, like, if you go on YouTube, you can find it. They do this thing called Robert Tilton Tootin'. So somebody took videos of him, and like when he's preaching, there'll be points where he's like filled with the Spirit supposedly. So he'll get like he'll stop, and it looks like he's taking a shit. And somebody took a video of him and did that, like different videos, and like put fart noises behind it. And it's fucking amazing.
So you remember when Logic did a video that guy that kept tapping on his really expensive monitor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his name's Trey.
Fucking Trey Smith guy.
Yeah, that guy robbed the guy I'm talking about. That's how
he has to.
Trey Smith is because I was watching videos about this guy. Fuck, I can't think of his name.
Like literally robbed him, or just robbed his content?
Robbed him of money and shit. He was talking about how he had cocaine and his drug, like he was friends with his kid. And so I found Trey Smith, and I'm like, oh, cool, Trey Smith, this guy must be cool. And then I start watching his content, and I'm like, oh, no, this guy's just as crazy as anybody else. We got crazy Robin crazy over here.
Fucking, yeah, that guy's just if that guy's not a fucking schizophrenic, then
Mike Murdoch. That's the guy's name, Mike Murdoch.
Nadine, how long is it now?
He says is like, I love new money. He sits there and talks about how much he loves the smell of new money.
43 minutes and 43 seconds.
Did you say 1 day?
Yeah, 16 hours. 1 day and 16 hours. So Wednesday.
God, I just want to squeeze you every time you do
this. And then we won't see Nadine for several days.
No,
Said hopping out, guys. Gonna spend
like a minute, and then I'll be like, "Fuck you guys, I'm going. See you guys next week."
Gonna have
love you, sweetie.
Real lifetime.
So yeah,
Nadine's gonna go get sore. She'll be back in a week.
Yeah.
So where'd Suris go?
He said, "Hopping out, guys. Gonna go spend time with Pam." Did you read the fucking group chat beside?
No, they don't.
No. Neil's professional.
Neil,
I'm actually talking with Steve, who can't seem to jump in here.
This is I just put the video in the side chat of this Mike Murdoch guy talking about how much he loves new money. Like
New
brand
money?
Yeah, new money, like a crisp new $100 bill.
My favorite preachers of
kind of awesome.
prosperity gospel is that guy Cash.
My favorite kind of money is mine.
My favorite kind is actually money, and that's mine.
Free to good home.
Yeah.
My favorite kind of money is what I get when I prostitute myself. It's fine.
What the hell?
Wait, speaking of that,
Duke is a gigolo name too. So
I am a gigolo. That is true. I'm a terrible person.
Yeah. Can you?
Gigolo.
Can we have Are we full? Is that why you can't get in?
She said, "Jumps
I'm not full." And I just realized what Artie put here. He said Neil just brain swallowed his own joke. What the hell was that?
Is trying to join by phone, because oftentimes if you don't have the Hangout app completely updated,
I just did it.
Or you have to delete a space off the end of the URL sometimes. I've heard of that one too.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, sometimes. That's right.
Wait, what did Neil do with Duke?
Your face.
My face? Well, I'm fine with that. Neil's a handsome dude. He's got the Superman jawline. I'm cool with it.
The Superman jawline?
Yeah, dude. Neil's got like that fucking great jawline, man. He's a good looking dude.
That's why he said that within 3 or 4 days. Man.
I love it when that happens, when like 5 people talk at the same time.
Does Tatted have a jaw?
Oh
no. That's why he has a jaw. That's why
it's underneath a beard.
That's why he has a beard. He's making up for a lack.
I had the beard because I spent 4 years shaving mandatory. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go home.
I'm pretty sure we all have jaws. It'd be really hard to eat without them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Mole, for always being.
I think he means. I've got the bum chin thing though, you know.
Oh.
Is that it?
Yeah, that plastic bum chin.
You got the swell cleft? You got the swell cleft in your chin?
No, I
don't.
What's that from? Dude, I have old pictures of me on Facebook. People can see what I used to look like before my beard. It's on Facebook.
Yeah, but we don't care. Yeah, but that's just. I would rather just conjecture. And talk shit.
Oh, so you'd rather be a cunt than actually have the answers. Got it.
That's what this is actually about, though. You don't understand.
I think we
I do.
Actually looks like, dude.
I've had my beard for almost 30 years, but there is a picture of me in relatively recent history from like 8 years ago of me without.
See, that's how old you are. 8 years ago is relatively recent history.
Like just in the past 2 years, you can find pictures of me with a mustache, with a full beard, long hair, short hair, bald, fucking clean.
The last 6 months.
Yeah, every time I freaking shave, I get yelled at. So I just don't.
Great thing about Jags used to be that you could always tell when he got his hair cut because he was clean shaven. He would go full balls. He'd go shoulders up. If he got something cut, he was cutting all of it.
I don't know if I told this story. I don't know if I told this story on a live stream or if it was like after the stream was shut down. But my daughter came to visit me for a Thanksgiving, right? And she showed up. She sat down on my lap. She snuggled up next to me, and she reached up and she touched my beard, and she said, "We have to do something about this. You have to. It has to go." And I was like. And well, because it was, I guess it was just too coarse for her. She wanted to snuggle with me. This has to go. So I said, okay. So I went. I literally got up, went in my bathroom, shaved it off like with the clippers, and shaved down so it was smooth. And we snuggled. And it was fun. Fast forward to the following fucking spring break. In advance of her coming, I shaved my whole beard off, like smooth.
Like four.
She shows up. She shows up, she takes one look at me, and she goes, "Oh, your beard's gone. I love your beard. Why did you shave your beard off?"
That's why you never make a big change for something else.
That's a little snarky. She wanted to see me without a beard. And so finally one day I decided, okay, I'm going to shave my beard. I shaved my beard, and she's like, "You got to grow it back."
Wait. Who?
Little snarky.
Who?
Slap chop.
There you go.
Slap chop.
Well, it's funny because like I've catch all kinds of shit like from people in my the ladies in my life. I'll be like, I'm thinking about shaving the beard off, and it's not like I'm thinking about shaving it off because I want a new look. I'm just fucking tired of it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it itches. I don't want to trim it anymore. I'm tired of it. I just would like to start over again, new canvas. And they're like, "Don't do it. Don't do it."
Too bad you can't carter yourself to a better face.
People will always complain when you cut your hair, shave your beard, or whatever. Don't fucking even listen to them at all.
Jax, I have never complained about you.
Exactly, Neil. Or no, exactly not Neil. Duke. Exactly, Duke, you asshole.
Duke is now known as not Neil.
Neil, I just slid into your DMs.
There, what about that?
Jags is objectively a much handsomer guy without the beard.
You know what I could say about Staggerson? He could do 2 separate channels. One where he has the beard and one where he doesn't, and no one would ever know it's the same fucking person.
He is a much handsomer
guy. Stags, we should do something someday where Emmett meets fucking Cletus D. Beauregard, and we just fucking go back and forth about fucking shit.
I think the next time Jags, the next time you grow your beard, the day before you shave it, you should do a video interviewing yourself.
Yeah.
I've thought about that. I've thought about that a lot. I kind of toyed around with the idea. I have to shave for work kind of now, but I'll bet I could get away with it.
Hey,
like I just got a raise, and my boss like, "You need to stay shaved and look nice and buy new pants on my credit card," and I'm like, all right. So I've been shaving, obviously not very well, but
when he said
I can go like 4 days before anybody
my money, I just said, "I'll shave whatever you want."
Yeah. Hey,
so
dude, before your inaugural vid, are you gonna talk to Terry about getting a cartoon character?
Who?
TC Baldwin Animations.
Terry.
Actually, no. He's awesome, but
he's amazing.
I've actually been working with I'm gonna murder his name. Is Angzar Odinson?
I already hate you now.
Like
I know who you mean.
Top Hat Man.
That's close enough, isn't it?
He offered to make me Abby's for about $40 a piece, but I have to I'm broke as fuck right now. So my inaugural video will honestly just be a video of me. With no Abby's, just reading the Bible.
Peter has been saying for over a year that he was going to do a new introduction for me, and
I need someone to make me an avatar.
Virtually, regardless of when I do my next video, it won't have a new introduction.
You guys remember the first TBR videos, like the first few chapters before they ever showed their face?
Reese's birthday.
They didn't even have their own artwork. They just showed random pictures while they read the Bible.
Oh, 33, young pup.
This has got to be the most confusing live stream I've ever been on because there's like 5 conversations going on all at once.
Dude, it's essentially we're acting out the
Everybody's
fucking
talking about something
chat.
different.
We're acting out Neil's group chat essentially.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Like everyone else is having the conversations. Everyone knows what conversations are in, and it's just fucking weird as fuck.
I know. I walk away for an hour and I come back. I'm like, I hope nobody said anything to me because.
Is Fred still in the chat? Is Darth Dawkins still out there spamming the chat?
Yeah, that's one of those things, dude. Like every once in a while, I'm like, let's try to see how much of this shit I can actually read through. Hey, Christy, by the way, your live stream on whose channel was that recently?
Wonder Lady.
Was it Wonder Ladies? Yeah, that was fucking
Wonder
amazing.
Lady.
That was super depressing, but it was amazing.
I just got the asshole that I was talking about earlier about the E equals MC squared thing.
Oh, no, different asshole.
Okay, he sent me a link to something called universetoday.com. He said, when you get the entire body of science to retract Einstein's theory, then you will have some credibility. Until then, you are an arrogant ignoramus and time-wasting troll. And then in the verbiage in the link that he sent me, it says, as Einstein showed us, light and matter and just aspects of the same thing.
What the fuck are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
But Artie, thermodynamics.
That's a thing.
Hey, you know what, man? I know you guys all follow Florida Line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you seen the recent thing she's been doing with SJ, where she's like taking where she said one thing, and it's so genius. It's so fucking good,
dude. Do you see the shit going on right now with SJ and AIG?
Oh
no! She is going fucking at him, and they're going at each other. It's fucking amazing. Like the infighting is amazing. Like her and Sai are just doing this like the whole entire.
I saw her and Sai.
And then she started taking on AIG right after that.
Sai doesn't have creationist friends.
Sai doesn't have friends. You could have ended it before.
Yeah. Well.
It's just annoying, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I don't want to get into a conversation with him."
There might be young.
Because you'd be like, "I like hot wings." What do you mean by hot wings?
Yeah,
fuck you.
Exactly. Like, I've made a point to say over and over again, like I will not debate somebody like Cy Timbergen K. Why? Because there's no fucking point. Like if the start of the fucking conversation is you have revelational knowledge through scripture that God has given you, we're done.
Yeah, I saw somebody called him lie 10 right out of the gate.
Actually, he was in one of my favorite debates just because of how Matt Dillahunty handled him. It was just like before he talked, here's my rebuttal to him.
Yeah.
I wrote it beforehand. I was like, you can't let someone do that to you.
No, it was so funny because in his introduction he says, "I know what his next comments are going." Cy did his introduction and then Matt did his, and then he said, "I know what his arguments are going to be, and I've written them already, and I'll share them when it becomes time appropriate." And sure as fuck, almost word for goddamn word.
Well, yeah. I've said it before. Like there was a time when I was watching a stream between Godless Girl, Shannon, and Steve McRae, where they were talking about the presuppositionalist argument, and they were like, it's a script, and there's a counter script, and you can look up the counter script online, and I've got that shit fucking bookmarked. Like, it is a fucking script. If you can derail any point in the presuppositionalist Christian argument, you can flat out fucking stop them.
Yeah,
they'll just run. They'll run away.
That draw the circle and say, okay, this is the equivalent of all knowledge, and I'll be like, all whose knowledge? All of
what is knowledge?
Possible. Well, that's not a thing. So what are we talking about?
One of my least favorite arguments from the fucking Christian camp is that whole idea that knowledge transcends us, and it's like, well, no, it doesn't, because knowledge is a human concept. Yeah. Like everything we believe, everything that we talk about is something that we've created to quantify reality. Like, there's no point where you can say, like, if all humans cease to exist, all human knowledge ceases to exist. Like, yeah, the points that we're talking about are true, but they're irrelevant if somebody's not thinking about it. You know what I mean?
There will be things that remain, and none of it will be knowledge.
Like, my mind is just going around this Psy and SJ debate.
Christ.
And it's like, why?
Oh, it's so.
That's going to be a massive dumpster fire, dude.
It's going to be amazing. Just two people throwing fallacy after fallacy at each other,
and I'm gonna die laughing.
It's gonna be like watching. It's gonna be like watching like midget porn. It's gonna be perfect. It's like the midget rodeo. It's gonna be fucking great, dude.
But even with midget porn, at least there's a point.
Big dick and the
I'm new. What's this?
It's gonna be like watching a cockfight between KFC and Popeyes, even though both of them are already dead, and you're like, everyone's just still standing there like.
So Staggerson, SJ and Saitan Bruggencake are going to have a debate.
And it's going to be amazing.
They're going to debate.
They're having a debate?
Yes.
About Christianity.
About Christianity. Who's more right about Christianity? I don't know.
When?
Kids, you're both wrong and you're both stupid.
It's either going to be on Non Sequitur or on Steve McRae's channel or on Shannon Q's channel.
Oh, well, you guys will have to DM me everywhere, personally, so that I see where. Because if it's we're gonna have to watch at least a few minutes of it.
Like, this could just end Christianity altogether.
I'm fine with that.
Every copy of the Bible will just implode upon itself.
People are just like, nope. There's going to be fires everywhere. People lighting their Bibles on fire. There will be 9-year-old churchgoers fucking in the streets.
Yeah. Oh God, I was okay with everything except for the end.
And
then I was super excited.
Did you guys see where John GE put out that he needed a secondary for some debate against Andrew Stradlatis and some other Christian about atheism, general atheism?
I saw that.
I swear to God, I wish I had more notoriety, because I would love to be in on that. I would I would absolutely love to cross swords with Andrew.
I want to see.
He called me out.
Be invited.
He called me out on debating mythicism. He was like, "Do you want to debate mythicism with me?" Which I'm not a mythicist. I'm agnostic on that point. To me, it doesn't matter. But I went back to him in DMs and was like, I'll fucking discuss atheism versus God with you anytime. You just name the place. Here's a few fucking caveats. I need about 3 weeks because I'd worked 3 jobs. And I need to know what we're talking about and all that stuff. And he fucking ignored it. And I would love to cross swords with that guy.
Fucking train.
Seriously,
especially since I saw him go up on non-sec, and he is the guy that Red Pill pushes as the ultimate fucking anti-atheist debater, and
they say
God, he fucking failed. He failed so miserably. Can you please define complicit in smaller words for me?
Well, did you?
Three syllables is one too many.
Wait, did you see the? Did you see the live stream Jimmy had yesterday? Or yesterday.
No.
He had like a weird like call-in show type thing he was doing on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and like some guy came in and was like really like Matt Slick type thing where it was like asking a bunch of leading questions. I don't remember what the question was, but I think I can't remember what Jimmy said. He either said maybe or possibly or something like that, and the guy goes, "It's a yes or no," and he goes, "It's possibly, dude." And then he's like, "What's possibly? Define possibly," or something like that, and he was just like, "Hang up." And like the fucking dude didn't know the definition of possible.
That which has the potential
dude,
to be true.
Yeah.
Dude, like fucking Andrew is literally on the fucking stream on non-sec talking about complicity in the fucking child rape happening in the Catholic Church. And they're like, "You're complicit." And he's like, "Can you define complicit in smaller words?" I was like, "You've been talking about this for like 4 fucking months."
Yeah,
forever. You've been like arguing about this forever, and you don't know what it means. Like, really?
That stream was a massive dumpster fire.
Did you guys watch the after stream on Red Pill?
No, I have yet to been on what Red Pill's saying. I'm blocked by I think like all of them except for SJ. I don't know if she's still Red Pill or not, but I'm blocked by all of them.
All I know is that if you go to the after stream that Red Pill did after the massive ass whipping they took from fucking Nonsec, Dean Esme pretty much flat out says that he knows that the Eve Kaninen account is a collective. It's not one person, but it's like a group of people posting under the same Twitter handle.
Sounds about right. That's awesome. But yeah, I haven't dealt anything with Dean. Like my first experience with Dean was that fucking debate.
Oh God, I've been a fucking hater of Dean since like day one. I remember like when he went on the Heathen Hour podcast with Shannon and Emperor Atheist and such. Like I called it. Like back then, I was like, this is what this guy's gonna do, and I was right within a really high, reasonable.
My first experience with any of the Red Pills was with Mr. Brass, and he fucking blocked me within 3 tweets. So
I used to be really cool with Buckley. Which like
one's
Buckley and I used to Ghost of Buckley. I used to be really cool with him. Like we used to talk in DMs. We used to holler at each other, and then like one day, I switched my stance from just pure atheism to anti-theism, and he started calling me like evil. Like he just like switched on me, and it was like, dude, I haven't changed as a person. Like I just changed the title, and like it pissed me off, and we got into a fucking pretty big fight about it. And it was after that when I realized that like you can't fucking play nice with these guys. Like there's no like any kind of fucking mercy that you show them, any kind of like nicety that you show them, they're going to use against you down the road.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no point in even trying. So
don't worry. If you even get put on the nice list for 2 seconds, you can get off it by calling him sugar-coated hatred, and then you get taken off that nice list like that. That was great.
He's a
but
fucking douchebag.
No, like seriously, dude, I'm pretty much blocked by all of them because I like fucking with them, and it's pretty funny to me. The only guy that I have an issue dealing with on Twitter, I won't block him because he's fucking insane and I love it. But remember that Craigan guy that Geek Room had on a couple weeks ago with Atheist Rationale?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone catch that? He's like 16 and he's a member of like the Steven Anderson group. Oh, boy.
The new Independent Baptists.
Yeah, old boy used to send me pictures every day of like why we should kill the Jews and kill the blacks, and just like it was just like a list of shit. And I'm like, you're fucking 16. What the fuck is going on between that fucking ears? And it's just like some of those things. I'm like, I'm saving this shit. So by the time he's an adult and knows that he's a fucking idiot at this point in time, I'm like, don't let this shit happen again. What the fuck is wrong with you? And it's like this kid is batshit and crazy, and it's because of Steven Anderson. And that group is just vile.
No, I grew up in that religion. That's the religion I came from. I was an independent Baptist. Growing up, I was an independent Baptist. Like, I've read everything. I've read a lot of what Jack Chick wrote, just because I grew up in that culture. Like, I was raised to believe that the Catholic Church was the whore of Babylon, and that.
You know what? I was actually depressed after Halloween because I took my niece to one of those trunk or treat things, with like a church or some shit. Because my sister took her there, and I was just with her, and she didn't get any goddamn tracks. I was like, God damn it! I was really hoping.
I find them all the time
for YouTube.
I find them. Hold on. I've got two right here. I literally have two right here with me because I find them all the time, and it makes me so fucking happy. I love Chick tracks so much. I'm so joyful and happy when I find them.
Send them to me. I even found.
What are you doing?
Hold on.
Hey everybody, I'm gonna have to jump off here. So thank you for having me on.
I'm about to be rolling too. I'm about 10 minutes late.
Yeah, you're always welcome, Matt. You know that.
Yeah,
Love you, Matt.
everybody.
It's good to see you, Matt.
I can't
Love
wait
you, Matt.
I can smell your
Yeah, I'm getting off too. See you guys later.
apple tea breath.
Love you too, Chad. I didn't even know you're a cunt.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah, I probably ought to get going too, so I can work on my videos. So
Wow.
That's all right.
You guys all have a
I,
wonderful evening.
in about 15 minutes, I got to go downstairs anyway. So.
Oh my God, you guys all suck.
Didn't you go down?
I gotta get ready for the morning stream too, so I'll talk to you all later.
All right.
Later, dude.
Right. Peace out, Molly.
Love you, Molly.
Moly.
Yeah,
you're still you don't have a voice.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
I just
was I was trying to say muted, but it wouldn't come
Can't
out.
hear you through your muff. I don't know. What do you call that little thing on the end of a stick?
Muffler.
Yeah. Just a little thing she knitted to keep her microphone warm.
Yeah, right. And technically, I crocheted it, and you were there.
Sorry,
you saw me do it.
Like I can tell the difference when I'm watching it happen. It doesn't.
I was holding on to one stick and not two.
Okay. I still wouldn't have come up with crocheted. Probably because of the spelling.
Probably.
Fuck French.
Don't French it up, goddammit.
Who was I talking to?
British, fucking sure.
I think I was talking to Britisher about the English language. And he said something about Americans don't know how to speak English properly. And I was like, yeah, we're not so proximate to the French that we can pronounce those words right.
Anytime somebody brings up about Americans, I always just say, like, as an American, I'm confused and enraged by your facts.
One of the random things that I learned, and part of the reason I'm such a Claven because I remembered it, is that people on the East Coast of the United States speak with a more British accent than the current British. The point being that the accent of 1700 is the English accent, which has remained in the East Coast, but has changed in England. But the change in the last 15, 20 years of the English accent has been really dramatic. If you look at videos of there are YouTube videos about it, but when the Queen took office, how she spoke English versus how she speaks English now.
Yeah, and how her son speaks.
Yeah. And then the grandkids, and then the great grandkids will.
Have you guys ever listened to the transatlantic accent?
That's a made-up accent.
Yeah. It was one of those things where, like, back in the 30s, I guess they had, when they first started having actors that would come on and speak. There was one lady that was really popular, but then when she actually talked, her accent and her voice was so annoying that people didn't like it. So they hired one guy to train everybody how to speak, which is why, like, Cary Grant, all of them have the same accent.
Everybody's gonna run around with their trousers pulled up real high.
See?
Yeah, the guy that did the original, what were the news tone videos before movies?
Wizard of Oz. They talk like that in Wizard of Oz. The people on the farm.
Yeah, it's the way we talk down here because that's what we do.
Conquering.
Welcome to America, they said as the English made their way across the channel.
Yeah,
that fucking guy. What a dick.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting. It was like funny to me that, like, so much of Hollywood was like influenced by this one person who taught everybody to speak the same way, and so you can actually find, like, there's like a whole.
Well, it's like the previews that you see in the theater. That the guy that did the "In a World Where," they still make them like that. And that guy made all the originals, and he's been dead for 5 fucking years. But you still hear his voice doing
one man, one desire. What are you laughing about, Nadine? You're killing me.
Spooky says, "I always thought of Artemis as a cunning linguist."
But
you're mistaken.
That's all I got going for me, Smokey. Some people have way with the English language, and other people just do not have way, I guess. My Steve Martin.
Well, that also went through my head in a much different way than was written out by Spooky.
Well,
we can't quantify that. There's no way for us to know that.
He had always thought of me as a kind of linguist.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful fucking drop. Oh my God, Artie. Props to you, my friend. Props to you, sir. That was good.
It's not easy to spit out cunnilingus on the first try.
1,000 cleaners cleaning for 1,000 years couldn't clean one corner of my brain.
It's a vast expanse up there.
Hey, Neil.
A lot of corners in it.
Hey, Neil, you grew up Jewish. I've been having conversations with Liana Kerzner about Judaism, and they've been a little bit like not what I expected in terms of Judaism. I'd like to hook up with you a little bit later and talk about it.
We've already heard about your attraction to Neil.
Well, everybody knows my attraction to Neil. It's not my fault he's good looking.
Yeah, it's not my fault either. Even though he's got a butt face.
You're just jealous that you're not good looking.
Artie likes my bum chin.
I'm jealous that he has more teeth than me. Aside from that, well, he's Canadian. I would also appreciate being Canadian.
Well, your eyes are too close together too. I mean,
my eyes are too close together.
Can you see his eyes?
Your features are too small for your head, dude.
Most of the complaints are your ears are too far apart.
Whenever you take your glasses off, it's like, what the fuck's going on there?
Fucking close are my eyes.
But Duke, yeah, I'd be down for that anytime.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I actually want to do it on a private hangout where we can actually just talk. And I would like to, because I don't know enough about Judaism, and so she's like posed some points to me that are interesting, and I'd like to get your take on them, see if it matches up. So if we could set up a time in the coming couple of weeks where we can just sit down and I can like
if we can just
read to you
our token Jewish friend, that would be cool too.
Shut up, Barty. Nobody likes you. Shut up, Barty. Quit pissing in my fucking cornflakes, dude.
We can just collectively start referring to you as token Jewish.
I'm trying to set something up here, and you're fucking like, quit derailing the conversation, you cunt. Yeah,
I met a bunch of Jews when I was in college, and I'm still friends with most of them. But like I said, just among us, Jewish friends.
But no, all right, Neil, I'll shoot you a fucking DM.
You don't say shoot
no
you
worries,
to a Jew. Worries. That's just not.
What?
It's not copacetic.
You don't say shoot you to anybody.
Yeah, it's just a bad tact.
Yeah.
And I think we all recognize that I am nothing if not a beacon of tactfulness.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
When I think of the word tact, you're the first person I think of, Artie.
Yeah. And you know what? Like the same thing goes for me, dude. It's total. Like it's not my fault. It's never my fault.
It's right behind cunnilingus. Yeah. If you look up if you looked up appropriate, my face would appear. It would say CN or in the brain sample.
Jags, what the hell are you doing, man?
I'm just listening.
Okay. I saw you smoking the pipe earlier, you bastard.
Yeah, so he's just really into detail right now.
What pipe?
Yeah. What pipe? It's okay. This is broadcasting in Canada too, so it's legal here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What have we got now? 6 states where recreational is legal?
Yeah, it doesn't matter though because federally it's still illegal. That's the something about the states. Because state law can't supersede federal law, so
practically.
We've had it on the ballot for medical like the past years. Like 4 years, and it's failed every time. I think one of our governors actually shot it down one time, but our governor now says that if it doesn't pass the vote, he doesn't give a shit. They're just gonna fucking write a bill anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. We had to get it fucking recognized federally because it doesn't matter what the states think about it.
Fucking does matter what the states think about it because when all the states
wait, no, federally, as far as law goes, you're just wrong because
you just
said states. No, the states cannot supersede federal law. The states cannot supersede federal law. So we have to get it federally.
Duke, your words. It doesn't matter what the states do. That is incorrect.
It does matter.
It does matter what the states do because
except no. In a legal sense, nobody's
arguing that the states can supersede the federal law. Okay, nobody's arguing. Nobody's arguing.
They can't. Yeah, but except.
But most drug cases aren't federal cases.
No, except that's not the point I'm making either.
I know
that's not the point I'm making either. The point I'm making is
you and I are both saying, practically speaking, it does matter what the state does.
It does matter. It does matter, but I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't matter what the states do. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that as long as it's illegal on a federal level,
it's still illegal.
It's still illegal. The states can pass whatever the fuck they want, but the feds can still come in and take.
If the state isn't making arrests and it's not feeding the DEA.
Yeah,
but the federal DEA can still come in and confiscate everything.
Last time they did that.
As far as I know, it's a big deal. Like they busted fucking Tommy Chong on it.
Actually, the only reason it's a big deal is because people who are running legal pot dispensaries can't use banks on the threat that the DEA will confiscate all the money in those accounts.
That's my point. It's not that I'm saying that.
But if it's not a federally insured bank, it doesn't matter.
All I'm saying is that it's a bigger deal to get it fucking passed on a federal level.
Listen, well, my point is getting the states to do it is what's going to make that happen.
Right.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying we haven't won the fight yet. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with gay rights, right? It's the same thing with gay rights, right? There are states that have protection for gay people, but federally, gay people are not protected. Like, we need federal fucking legislation that protects gay people. We need federal legislation that protects pot
That
smoking.
fucking blows me away, because that should already be a thing, and it should supersede any marijuana laws.
Actually, it is. It is already the law. The ruling on
the
ruling on gay marriage established.
The ruling on gay marriage is one thing, but we're not talking. Wait, stop.
The ruling.
Tell me this. No. Tell me this, Audi. Are gay people and trans people explicitly protected as a group under the Constitution right now?
No, and neither are straight people explicitly.
Except that gay people.
Straight people are not explicitly granted any rights in this country.
You can be fired for being gay.
You can be fired for no reason. In Utah,
you can't be fired for being gay. You can be fired for no reason.
If somebody wants to fire you for being gay, they just fire you for no reason, and they can do that because they don't like your haircut. They can do that because you smell. They can do that because they don't like the way you looked at them.
That's not the point.
You can lose other things because you're gay, depending on what state you're in. Like Indiana, I can lose. Except like from a housing perspective, you can't not rent to somebody because they're married or because they have are single and have kids. Like, there are protected classes. There are absolutely protected classes and
that are quantified explicitly under the law.
Straight people don't
sexual orientation. Well, all right. Well, yeah, but sexual orientation is not protected, which would cover both straight people and gay people. Sexual orientation, gender identification is not protected federally under the law explicitly.
Explicitly doesn't matter, buddy. Straight people aren't explicitly granted any rights.
But it does matter.
Practically speaking, but we just went through this.
Okay, well, explain. All right, go through it again. So maybe I misunderstood you.
Well, what I was trying to say to begin with was that the Supreme Court, in ruling that gay marriage was legal, reaffirmed the notion of the 14th Amendment, equal protection under the law.
Yes.
That's sufficient.
It's not sufficient. It's not sufficient. It's absolutely not. I disagree.
It's sufficient if you have a case that makes it to the Supreme Court that now there is established precedent reaffirming the law, which is that all citizens shall be granted equal protection under the law.
Except that for the most part, people that have filed claims against entities that have fired them or for whatever,
you have to be able to demonstrate that you are actually fired because you're gay or bi or trans or straight, and not because of anything else. And that's a hard fucking thing to do. Unless you have except
that we have explicit fucking standards for race and religion.
At the end of the day, if the boss wants to fire you for whatever the fuck reason, he decides he's going to do it, and he's going to find a way to get away by just saying, if you're at a right to work in Utah, he just says, yeah, we're going to cancel your employment at this time. Sorry, go home.
It's not working
fair
out.
Enough. Fair enough. But nevertheless, we have explicitly protected classes.
Sure.
And sexual orientation and gender identification are not a part of those classes, and I think they should be.
But in practice,
and if you think that they don't, we disagree.
That's not what I think.
Well, then I don't know where we're. I'm not saying that's what you think. I'm saying I don't know where we're missing.
And I don't think that you fail to recognize that straight people aren't a protected class either.
Except that if sexual orientation were a protected class, they would be.
That's not what he just said, though.
How is it not what he just said?
It is kind of what I just said.
It is what he just said.
It's the inference wasn't the same, but it is.
Right. That's what I mean. That's not what he was. That's not what his point was. You kind of took a left turn off what Artemis said to it. He was just granting you that he doesn't think that you don't understand.
I think it's unnecessary to delineate any of it because we all have the same protections under the same laws.
That's what I think too.
I don't think adding another law that says so and so or such and such gets the same protections as everyone else is necessary, so long as we have established recent case law that says that we're actually going to pay attention to what the Constitution has to say. Which we haven't. We haven't. Don't get me wrong. And we have a president who thinks that he can change the Constitution with a fucking flick of a thumb.
Except that if they were established as a protected class, he wouldn't be able to do that.
That's not even the law I was talking about.
All right, guys, I
was talking about birthright citizenship, but
Hey, I have an announcement.
Neil, birthright citizenship is a constitutional amendment, so changing it at the flick of a pen from the president isn't a fucking thing that can happen in the real world.
No. I have an announcement. Apparently, Christy Santiago and I are going to we're getting gay married.
Oh, you.
And we're going to be passing out joints, personal joints for everyone as we say I do.
Oh.
Which I think is brilliant.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Well, look at you go. You're almost speaking like Yiddish and Hebrew and shit there.
I have a book. A friend of mine got it for me for Christmas, and it's a really dry book, but it shouldn't have been because the subject matter is fucking fabulous. But it says, "Why must I kvetch?" So it's an entire book about kvetching and what it means to Jewish people, and that should be a really funny book, and it's only sort of amusing. It's such a disappointing read. I read the whole fucking thing waiting for it to get actually funny because I'm like, Jewish guy writing about kvetching. Kvetching is just complaining, bitching with a purpose. And it just never fucking happened for me. I was so goddamn disappointed. That if virtually any other person had written that book, it would be hysterical. But nope, almost no jokes in that book. It was just clinical. It was awful. It was a horrible book. I'll loan it to you. Actually, I'll send it to you. You can keep it.
Hey, Artie. Yeah. I swear to God, I did not mean in any of the previous exchange. I did not mean to attack you personally at all.
Oh no,
like, I know what you believe. I was just pushing back against the ideas.
I don't.
So,
dude.
Love you to death, man. I don't think there's anything about you that's suspect.
I would totally grab your ass and kiss your neck while I give you a hug.
I hope so, because, that'll lead to better things.
Yeah. Your wet dream.
As long as you wear your sunglasses.
Yeah.
Still take the sunglasses
off. Nobody wants to see eyes this close together.
No, I honestly, I would love to actually have a conversation about this, where it was planned.
Oh, I hate spontaneity too.
Yeah, because this kind of thing comes up and everybody's spouting off everything they believe, but there's not really it's hard to back it up. But I would love to actually have a actual conversation about this. When
I feel confident in the knowledge that not only do we agree on the purpose and points, but I might be. My point is that the law is the law, and if everyone has equal protection, then it's not necessary to delineate people from each other.
And I would agree on that point to a degree, but I would love to have a conversation on that.
And that's
that
why
fleshes it out.
That's why I think the ruling on the using the 14th Amendment as the basis of the ruling was so very important. Basically, the marriage is a contract, and the government has a regulatory function under contracts, and that was the reason government was allowed to participate in who got married and who didn't to begin with. And they still assert that because in many states it's still the law that cousins can't marry, which you want to fuck up your kids, that's your own business.
Oh, Faye says you and Artie are both missing a point, apparently. Fill us in.
Let Faye tell me why I'm missing the point.
Drag your ass in here and talk about it.
Yeah, I would love it.
Well, I got to end this in a couple minutes because I got to disappear. So.
Well, she can come in and we'll talk after you're gone.
But she can come in. We can talk about it in private. Honestly, like the point of Google Hangouts for me is less about like being live and talking about things in front of people as it is just about talking to you guys. So I don't care if it's live or not live. I'm cool with it.
Oh, there are certain things that I've said that I wish that hadn't had a bigger audience.
Yeah, well, no, I'm with you there.
Not tonight. I've been relatively measured and tried to avoid making outbursts that don't reflect who I am.
I'll tell you. All right,
well, yeah.
Wonder Lady just said, "We'll close this one out because I got to take off anyways." And then you guys can make a hangout and invite her to that.
One. We'll still be.
Or yeah. Actually, Faye, you can jump into this one. Doesn't matter. I can stop it from being live.
Yeah.
And then you guys can just go on.
The thing he fucked up the last time was that he left the stream, but he didn't close it. So it was still public after he left. I don't know how you even did that. We kept going minutes after you had left the stream, but the stream was still live.
Yeah, because I forgot to end the broadcast. That's right.
Yeah. So that was hey, don't say anything fucking stupid. We're still alive.
Anyways, let's bring this one to a close. You guys can carry on. And Faye, the link is in the mass group chat thing there, so you can jump in from there. Yeah, I just like doing that. I'm pretending that's air boobs. Anyways,
grab
titties.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've heard of air guitar? You've heard of air guitar? I have air boobs.
I got real boobs.
I know you do. Well, I don't. You know what I mean.
I think we all have real boobs.
It's not like you sent me boob pics or anything. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need an angry bird chasing me around.
I would just like to say before we cut it off that for those of you who are watching the live stream the night of the Iowans, the snarky Iowans wedding, I have way nicer tits than Matt does.
But are they as hairy?
Hairy.
Oh, there's Faye.
He's only slightly more hairy than Mac, who apparently shaves his abdomen like a swimmer.
Well, Mac is a slender, good-looking dude. What are you gonna do?
I'd fuck him with your dick if that's where you're going.
I'd fuck him. I would fuck him with my dick too. So we're on the same page. But I would fuck most people with my dick, so it's not.
You and
it's not that big of a stretch.
You and I don't know the same most people.
Dude, all it takes is a couple of Quaaludes. And I'll love her in the morning. It's fine.
It's a drug they quit making in 1985.
Oh, you know what, dude? As an American, your facts enrage and confuse me.
Love you, Neil.
All right,
love
you guys.
Neil. I love all of y'all.
You fucking Canuck.
And then you guys can carry on, but I got to take off because I got shit to do. So
yeah, no, we're gonna talk.
Thanks, everyone. Oh yeah, no worries. That's okay. I'm sure I'll hear all about it at some point. Oh, no problem. You go nuts on these two. I'm out of here.
Actually,
all right. But thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for watching the previous stream. If you were there, to all the folks in the chat, thanks for hanging out and amusing us with some of your comments. That was awesome. And until next time, guys, remember, it's called faith because it's not.